Hey guys, it's your boy Pat. Welcome back to yet another episode of the Hollow Down Cigar Lounge. This time it's just me hanging out with our buddy Chad. What's up, homie?
What's going on, buddy?
Doing pretty good, man.
We're
Um,
color coordinated. I see. We both wore
hey,
throughout the blue.
I didn't even recognize that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just noticed. I was like, oh crap.
We need
Like
to go take
twins.
merch real quick or what?
No, I'll be good. That's fine. I got blue and yellow, and you've got blue and white and blue and black. So
Yeah.
technically we don't match.
So I'm kind of anxious to smoke this cigar. It, I think, in fact, I'll tell you right now while I'm saying my next sentence. Yes, this is the oldest cigar that I still have in my personal collection. And by oldest, I don't mean age as like when the cigar was produced. I have some that are much older, like the Dappers that I've gone after lately. But as far as when I purchased this, that I still have on hand, the Alec Bradley V2L Black that Chad just showed you guys. We'll get to the name in a second when I describe it, but I purchased these in October of 2021. They've been in the humidor since. Like I told Chad whenever we were talking about which cigar we were going to smoke today, I remember getting this as a bundle, but I know I have not smoked this since we started the podcast because these are the last two that I had. So I put them in the show drawer and we held on to it. Never smoked it before Chad joined the show, so I sent this to him. So I say all that because I don't remember anything about it. So I'm going to be treating this as a new cigar because it more or less is. Smoked a crap ton of cigars, and like me and Chad have talked recently, if we did the average amount of cigars I've smoked in a year or that we've smoked in a year, it's a pretty high number because it's our favorite hobby. In fact, using the box pressed app, I put in almost everything into that app, and it'll give you the average of how many cigars you've smoked in a day, week, month. I pulled it up the other day, and my average of the last year is 3 cigars.
For the whole
So
year, that's pretty good.
for the whole year, so you're
Three
talking
cigars total. So we one in the first 4 months, one in the second 4 months.
3 per day over the course
Oh,
of the
you said three over the last year. I thought
year. Did that today.
you buy way more cigars than you need, Pat.
I, right. Um, but that also doesn't include, that's what I can put in a box press. So any event only cigars or unbanded cigars or like smoke-ins connoisseurs that like the stuff that doesn't have an actual specific cigar to rate. So it's probably 12, 1,300 cigars a year. So doing that, I've had this for 4 years.
You wish it was 12 or 1,300 a year, don't you?
Oh god, that'd be
Dollars.
it'd be better.
Yes, it
Um,
would.
might be my favorite hobby, but there's obviously some money involved in that hobby, but you know, it is what it is.
Take a cold draw of that before you rip a light on it,
Okay. Well,
because I noticed something that I just want to see what you think. And what I noticed was nothing.
I get absolutely nothing on the nose test. Keep in mind, he's been arrested for 4 years, so that's going to come into this conversation.
Yeah, I found it
But
odd. I didn't get any particular flavors other than like a really faint tobacco flavor, but it was really, really faint even.
there was like this. I don't know what to call this. There's like a very subtle sweet, but not sugar sweet, like a floralish sweet, but not. I don't know how it's very very subtle, and I know it's not influenced by anything that I've been drinking because I'm drinking coffee, so it's not like I've got anything fruity in here to influence that. So I
No,
don't
for
know.
sure.
Let's light up and see. I don't.
Already did.
Yeah, you already did. I'll light up. So we are hitting a Toro. As soon as I light this up, I will tell you where the name comes from. There is a reason it is called the V2L Black.
Yeah, so back to your box press comment, I think that's very cool. That kind of gives you an average, how many cigars you smoke and all that too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because I try to put every cigar in there as long as it. And if it's a cigar that's not in the app, I'll go add it to the app. The only ones that aren't in there are like those special ones that don't technically have a band or a name or whatever. But I try to put
Or
everything in.
something that just came out too. That's the other problem with any of those apps. Like a brand new
Well,
drop,
it used to
they're
be a
not in there
problem,
yet.
but
Yeah.
Trevor Boyer, being the badass that he is, I am able to go add those cigars. So I'll run into something every couple days that's not on here yet, and I go add it. So now it's on there. Um, let's see. So if I go to my statistics, let's get a fresh number here. Yeah, so if I go over the past year, oh, sorry for that little chuckle. So like I said, I've been using this app for a couple years, but the last year it says an average of 3 per day, but it's 1,627 smoke sessions uploaded over the last year.
Heck, that's 4.
That's almost 4. It is
It's just shy of 4.
just shy of 4.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at, I think, too.
And it shows me my strength preference is a 4 out of 5. That doesn't surprise anybody that knows me. Yeah, so even if I jump it down over the last month, it's still 3 cigars a day. The last week, 3 cigars a day. So I'm pretty solid average. There's some days I smoke 4, and then there's some days after work I can only smoke 2, but my average is 4.
That's about like me. I mean, I always get 2 in no matter what. If I don't get 2 in, somebody else is having a bad day. So I always get 2 in, but usually it's 3 or 4. And on the weekends, I'll get 6 or 7 in on a Sunday if I'm not doing anything. So, but I probably average 4, be my guess, through the whole entire week. If you averaged it all out, a couple days
Right.
I only get 2 in. So, but if you think about it, that's a lot of cigars in a week.
It actually is. And that's one of those things, like you talk about the money, it is there is a financial investment, but that doesn't mean neither one of us, being as much as we smoke cigars, we're not smoking a $30 cigar 4 times a day.
I try to smoke one once a day, though.
We put them in, right, you put them in, but you got your prices all over. So we throw in I don't want to say cheap. We throw in the lower priced ones as well to average out your financial costs throughout the year and all those sort of things. We're looking for deals like anybody else, but there's still the good ones in there that we're going to smoke that we want to smoke. But, some guys drop money customizing vehicles. We drop money on cigars. So everybody's got their thing, Now, before I start asking you what we are getting out of this. So the reason that this is called the V2L Black, right, is this is a 4-farm blend made in Honduras. It doesn't say, unless I just straight missed it, and I know I could go dig deeper, what factory it came out of, but there were 2 versions of this. There was the V2L and then the V2L Black. The only difference between that is the wrappers are both Nicaraguan sun-grown, but this one is sun-grown Maduro. So it has a Honduran binder, But the V2L stands for two Visos, two Ligeros. And each Viso and each
Mm.
Ligero come from a different farm in Honduras. So um, I tried to look before we started the show, and my research wasn't fantastic. I was unable to determine which farms that they came from, but I was able to determine that each four of those tobaccos in the filler do come from a completely different farm in Honduras.
That's interesting in itself.
I don't know if I ever had
All Honduran tobacco. What was the wrapper and
everything but
binder?
the wrapper. So the
Wrapper's
filler,
Nicaraguan.
the filler. I'll do it backwards this time. The filler, all Honduran, two Viso, two Ligero. The binder is Honduran. The wrapper is a Nicaraguan sun-grown. This is the
Maduro.
Mexico variant.
Oh, okay.
The original V2L is just the regular sun-grown. Now I know, like I said, I know I've had this because it was in my stuff. I don't. I want to say I never had the original V2L. I think the only one I ever bought was the black, just because if I have an option, you know me, I'm going to go that way.
Yeah.
But construction, especially after being rest, I've got good solid construction all the way down, at least what it feels like so far. We'll see how that holds up, but initial physical impressions are good. Probably.
Yeah, I've noticed I'm having to work a little more at my draw on this cigar. Like it's one of those ones that, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but you have to like double pump it. You know what I mean when I say that?
No,
To
same.
get a nice cloud of smoke instead of just one quick deliberate pull. You got to almost ignite it again and then pull on it.
Yep, I'm doing the exact same thing. It's like a pump draw.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Otherwise, because if you just do a draw, you won't get the smoke you want.
And I don't.
That was puff draw. That one.
Puff ash.
Yeah. Coming soon.
So, well, shoot, by the time this airs, that new shirt will be out there. So
might as well talk about it.
I'll talk about it. I got the puff ash slogan out there. It's got a new shirt for it. I'm sure we'll come up with some other stuff. So trying to come up with things for you guys that, I can blast the logo everywhere and all that good stuff, but, come up with some other things. And, got shirt popping up on the merch stores, Puff Ash with Hollow Down Cigar Lounge. Got the
still has the hollow down cow though.
Yeah,
right?
It's still got it doesn't have the cow, it just has the text part. It says Puff Ash at Hollow Down Cigar Lounge.
We should stick the cow right there in the back, right in the middle, about this big. Just a little cow.
Like, little cow?
Yeah, just on the back, just somewhere. Just a little one.
And there's also a little iron-on patch we put on there too.
The iron-on?
Yeah, it's
an actual iron-on?
It's an actual iron-on. So,
I know lots of guys like patches. I don't really have any place to put a patch, but
I got, my several backpacks, and then of course my, some of my Leo bags and my security bags and my med bags. There's places for Velcro patches everywhere. So if I get a patch I like that doesn't have Velcro, I'll stitch Velcro on it.
Yeah, put Velcro on it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't carry any bags that have any patches on them, or could, but.
So
I like that.
I don't know if you should. This is how this band is not going to have a problem coming off. I mean,
no, mine was the same way. It's been floating. I've had trouble keeping it on.
Right.
Anything, not having it come off. So.
At least we know the wrapper is going to stay intact.
Yeah, typically that happens over time when the cigar just shrinks a little bit.
A little bit, right?
And the band does not shrink. That's how you can a lot of times tell if a cigar has been over humidified, is if you're actually If it's actually impressed on the cigar when it was stored and it's over humidified, it'll bite into the
Yeah.
cigar rather than the opposite of this, where it's falling off the cigar.
Well,
Those are good indicators to people who are picking up cigars that are 2, 3 years old and they don't know where they came from, whether they've been over or under humidified.
good visual there. And these particularly have been um, in the electric humidor. Well, it's gone through two since I've had this, but
Hmm.
I keep that around 65%. Um, so these have been at plus or minus a couple at 65 the entire time I've had them. So it's um,
Mine's not like terrible. Like it's literally just microns. I can slide my band off, but
it's
it's
yeah it's
snug. It's snug right
it's
there.
snug, but it's just enough.
It's not falling off by any means. So I don't think this was dried out in any way. That's not what I was suggesting, but
Right, right,
that is a good clue. Like if you pick one up and it falls
yeah,
off, the cigar's shrunk by 20%.
right. How did you dry box this one before we jumped on, or did you pull it out of
It
the bag?
got it only got dry box from the time I got home, so about
Okay.
3 hours, and then I came out here and I set it outside on the deck with me. Had another cigar first, and then had this one. So uh, it's been sitting out in the Michigan climate. It's smoking fine. I
I
did probe it. I probed it uh,
would have hit.
when I pulled it out before I dry boxed it, and it was at 67.
Okay.
So it
Right
was
on.
actually sitting okay. I don't prefer them to smoke them there. I like them in the lower 60s. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't probe it before I smoked it. I would imagine I probably only got a point or two off of it.
I dry box. I pulled it out. Probably had about 12 hours in the cedar box.
Mm, I bet you got it nice and dry.
Yeah, it's definitely dry. It's giving me a chalky feel as our baseline. It's not like Avo Heritage chalky since we use that as our baseline,
No,
but
I got a little bit of that chalk too. I was
it's still a little bit there.
just going to comment on that.
Now,
Um,
now that I'm an inch in, so you said you got nothing on the cold draw. I got whatever that subtle sweetness is. I didn't get any real flavor other than aged tobacco on the first few draws. I'm starting to get a little bit of earth with that chalkiness. I've got I'm getting black pepper, but it is not strong. It is not intense. It's just the flavor of black pepper.
it's like everything's a little muted, like
Yep.
almost some of and I can definitely see the earth with that chalky smoke. There's an earthy feel to that, but it's not even.
Guard.
I don't like strong cigars, but I want this to be stronger. You know what I mean? Like,
Did you have you done a proper retro yet?
well, I'm always doing a proper retro.
Well, you know what I mean. I know the first few you kind of just in and out. I don't know if you actually had gotten to one yet.
Yeah, I've done several, and that's the most pleasant thing for me is
It
the
is
retro on
actually
it because
because
there's nothing on the mouth. Like for me, I don't. There's no
I get
mouth taste.
I get chalkiness on the mouth. I get on my lips only, not actually in the smoke. I get a little bit of woodiness, and I do stress a little bit, but I don't get that in the smoke flavor at all yet. Retro is where all the spice seems to really come from me. Like all the flavor spice is coming on the retro.
Yep, I'm getting a little cocoa on the retro and a little bit of earth. And the retro is not bad. It's not
No,
overpowering either.
um,
I've never smoked one of these. I'm curious when you smoked one 4 years ago if it was a lot stronger
and
or
that's what I was thinking. I wonder if this the four farm blend that's doing that, or is it the extra rest time? So I'm almost interested to make to
Some
get another
cigars
bundle.
rest well, some cigars rest, and then after a year, that's their prime, and then you smoke them any farther, then every year after that, they get worse and worse and worse. Some are best in 4 or 5 years, right? Like, just depends on
Right.
what you're talking about.
So I almost want to. I mean, we're still early on in the smoke, but I almost want to go get, even if I just get a pack and smoke it more recent and just see if there's any intensity difference. Is there any flavoring difference? Kind of makes me curious to see because this is the longest rested cigar we've done on the show. Um, there is one cigar me and you are going to smoke that will destroy that when because we are going to bring in one of the Cubo Claros that were discontinued almost 10 years ago. Outside of an anomaly like that, this is the longest rested cigar we've done on the show. So I'm curious to see if that is playing into this. Is this its prime, or did it mellow out all the spice that it may have had initially? That would be fun to see.
Yeah, I mean, for me, when you talk about if I'm curious enough, I'm not, I guess, 'cause,
But I'm
uh,
nerdy for information. You're nerdy for flavor. So if you're like on the fence, you're not going to do it. I'll do it just because I want to.
yeah, I'm more like, well, you know, I'll just smoke something I know I'm gonna like instead
Right.
of waste, what I mean? I don't want to go all the way back there, do
I'll, I'll
that.
I'll do the comparison. Then I'll just tell you about it.
I'll gravitate to something I know I'm gonna like. Something a little bolder and stronger, like a Blackwork Studio, for instance.
Yeah, for real. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to. This is starting to curl, so I was going to see if it hold out. I'm going to go ahead and ash this, but
You got a good inch on there, don't you?
yeah, I mean it's I mean
Yeah, it's
it's
solid.
it's ashing good. She's getting that slight curl, so I'm gonna go ahead and ash it instead of getting ash drop today. But
And as weirdly as this thing's burning, like I was telling you, I gotta like double puff it to get a draw.
right,
It's staying pretty straight. Like
it is.
I don't have a wonky burn. I think it's just I don't know if it's the way the tobacco's packed or it's not over humidified because I checked it and it was 67 or probably less by the time I pulled it out of that box, probably 65 or so. But I don't know. It's just one of those strange things where I've got to double draw it.
And I usually deal that on some of the Gordos that are like fully packed, but that's kind of expected because you're just getting a stronger draw. So we're like, I'm used to that. But on Toros and Robustos, you don't. It's not a common thing. It's more common on the bigger sizes, but it's not normally something I have to do on this.
Yeah, I find when you have to do that, normally it's some type of a construction issue. Whether it be, it's not a complete negative, but it's a little bit of, for me, I like to have an open draw, you know that.
Right.
I don't want to have to work for my smoke at all.
And I didn't look ahead of time to see how this is rolled, and it's kind of hard to tell now that it's all ashed up. But
Well, I don't have my glasses on, so there's no way I could tell you.
it does. It looks, from what I can tell, it looks like just a straight roll. But
Just standard bunching.
mm-hmm, doesn't
Yeah.
look. And, like I know you like your accordions because it gives you that extra airflow. Straight bunching,
Yeah.
you're at the mercy of the hand strength of whoever is bunching it. If they bunch it a hair too tight,
Right. Yeah.
because you don't have any extra folds in there or the flower folds or anything to kind of give you air channel. So the air channel would be by the density of the tobacco. So, yeah. But
Yeah.
outside of that initial puff, it's still once it pulls smoke well. There is that resistance in the draw you're talking about. Burn staying good. So I mean, other than the puff portion, decently built. Just maybe it's too tight but it's not like you said. It's not too tight that it's unsmokable. It's just
No, not at all. I mean, it's
a
just
small adaptation.
I mean, I've smoked enough cigars that I don't. My, you just you just adjust to whatever the cigar needs a lot of times, and you
Yep.
don't even realize you're doing it because you want to get the smoke out of it. So this is not uncommon in the cigar space at all, but it's just not my favorite thing to deal with. I like just a wide open
Yeah.
pull and release.
I don't mind. I don't mind the resistance. I think I enjoy a little bit. I like the open, but I like just a touch of resistance, but not tight. But
Yeah,
some of that
this
comes
is
from
tight. This is tight.
this
At
tight.
least my size is. Let me see how many times. See, yours is a little better than mine because I've had to pull like at least 2 times and then not draw till my third or fourth time. You're getting it on your second hit.
Yeah,
Yeah, so yours isn't as
I'm
bad as
very
Mine's
almost
a little different.
consistent on second pull. It's just
Yeah,
I
wait until you see me go again. I'll give it a second here. I don't want to overheat it,
I
but
saw you were having to pop it two or
it's
three times.
about my third time that I'm actually trying to start drawing it because that first and second times nothing's coming out of it. But
And the one
it's a
time,
strange cigar in the regard that there's almost no mouth taste to me. Like,
it's all on the retro. All
yeah,
I'm getting, like I said, the mouth portion I can taste, like if I lick my lips, I can taste that wood tone, but none of that's coming to the palate at all. I can taste the flavor of the black pepper, but none of that pepper intensity is coming on the mouthfeel. The only thing I'm really getting on the mouth is a little bit of that chalky earth. Everything, as far as the full nuance, is coming on that retro.
yeah, and it's a pretty good retro. That's probably the age probably did that for it, I'm sure.
Very, very, very possible.
You age anything that long, it's gonna have a nice what I call flat, retro where it's not so spicy.
And that wasn't by intent. I mean, like when I had the first guys on the show, we'd pull it out and then it'd go to something else. I think this was in the first set of stuff that I sent you. So we've had it on our list, and every time we go to something else. So it's not on purpose. It's
Over
not meant
over
to
2 years, yeah.
it's
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with that giant bag you sent me.
I
Okay,
know
I'm
now
gonna have
since
to
you weren't.
get a storage unit to. I'm gonna have to rent out a storage unit and humidify it.
Well, it's
I
like,
was like,
I knew we weren't anywhere near needing to replenish our show smokes, but I had some
I
specific
was like,
things.
oh my gosh.
But I had some specific things that I needed to give you all for timeliness, and I was like, well, if I'm already going to be shipping a box, I might as well just put the next run in there ahead of time. So, because
And a lot of that stuff was Tony's stuff, right?
yeah, a lot of it was Tony's.
I'm gonna have to do a video with you. Like we'll have to do a FaceTime, and you can tell me what's what because there's too many cigars there, and I don't know
Yeah, I can do that.
what goes where.
Not a problem.
Be easier for you to tell me because otherwise I got to go through the list and then because it's the whole entire list. It's not like you didn't add everything at the end, did you?
No, it's
Knowing you, it's in alphabetical order.
well, it's in alphabetical order, but it's different for you and me. So like the stuff I send to Ryan and Justin, they know it's for them. You have it split
That's
up
what I'm saying.
like
And it's not like you add it to the end of the existing list. It goes in
alphabetical.
alphabetical order, so it's just pooped in there, and I gotta like dig through this bag of try to figure out what's
Because
what. It's
the
like
only split,
Jenga.
I separated it for you based on who has it. So the shows that all four have are on one part of the list. The stuff for me, you, and Ryan is on one. Me, you, and Justin's on one. Me, you, and Derek's on one. So that and that makes it easier on my side. So once we figure out, hey, who's free for a show, we go look at cigars that are in that list, and we know, hey, these guys have this cigar. So I don't try to pull out a cigar that somebody doesn't have. But in your case, I know that means you literally have every cigar set aside for the show except for the ones that I keep here for whenever I can pull Brett in. You have everything else, but broken into like 5 lists for different purposes.
Exactly. And so like I got 2 bags here with 20 cigars in them, and I gotta pull them out one at a time and figure out in my little. I got my because this list is on my phone, right? And it's only got 200 cigars on it, and I gotta read it like this. Is this one this one? And I'm trying to figure out which one goes in which bag.
Right.
It'd be easier if you just go, hey, that's that goes in there, that goes in there, and I just like,
I so I thought about that after you opened it, and you were like, "What the hell?" And I was like, "Man, I should have separated them into bags for you." And I didn't think that far ahead.
that
I did not think that far ahead. I just what
would
there.
have been really helpful.
I think I just put them in 2 bags, and that's just for the to put the Bovida packs in there. I didn't think about splitting them. My
Now,
bad.
how many of those new ones are Tony's new blends? Because quite a
Um,
few of them I saw were like the Mean Green or whatever was in
so
there,
there's
and
4 of them in there.
okay,
So he had his initial run. These are his new ones, and if you notice, those 4, they're still city cigars, but they're not. They don't have the black and yellow Steel City band. Each one of those was made a specific blend for a specific purpose or for somebody. So they're more like special blends. So that's
okay.
why they have different, and that's why we're gonna smoke them because I have not had any of them, but I feel like there's some high potential. One, as we've learned about how we roll stuff, but then two, because they're like for a specific purpose.
Hmm.
I just feel like it'd be, potential cool conversation, talk about the story of them, where they came from, but they will be blind smokes for all of us.
Now the Joe's Garage, that was his too, right?
Yeah, those are all his, but Joe's
Yeah,
Garage,
and that was his buddy, like his buddy who had the
yeah.
garage, and he made a cigar for him. I saw that one in there. That one, that band was pretty cool. I like that.
So they're those 4, are his his last run of blends, but they each have that whatever the purpose is for each one. So um, you have them all, and then Justin, had some extras that are split between Justin and Ryan. So we, mix the shows up, and we can all kind of get through them. So it'll be. And then I sent y'all all another one that I can't say what it is yet because we're waiting on a licensing for a new brand to come through, and then we will bring them on the show. So y'all have that one. And then I just sent y'all the next run out of the pending show drawer because I have a drawer in my electric humidors. We come across things. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool for a show. I'll put 2, 3, 4 in that drawer. And the idea is whenever our show list comes down, then we replenish. I just replenished early. But I just didn't want to waste shipping. That's all that was for. I didn't need to send you all those cigars yet, but the saving shipping.
Oh, yeah. It's
And
just I'm
unless
gonna have
there's
to get a
something,
cooler or something, I think.
and unless there's something specific that somebody sends us, we're not going to have to replenish this for at least a year, if not more, depending on how many shows we do over the next 12 months.
Yeah, barring having any guests or anything on, right? Like, where
Right.
we
'Cause
need
that,
specific cigars for that. But
right.
yep. So we're into the about halfway. The notes are nothing. I'm struggling, Pat, with this one.
It's so I know, and Ronnie talks about this a lot. You do too, but well, shoot. Now that we've had Eric Bay, he said something similar. Like, if you're not smoking on the retro, you're not going to pull cigar. And I'm talking to myself because I know I don't retro, but every few hits, right? I don't retro like you and Justin do all the time. But this is one of those that if you are a smoker like I used to be and you don't retro at all, you're never going to smoke this twice, ever. Period. End of story for no reason.
Mhm.
Because every bit of the actual flavor is coming on the retro. There is, if it wasn't for that chalky earth ish, I'd be getting nothing but just the tobacco pass through on the mouth. Like there's no flavor coming through at all. It is
Well,
100%
I mean,
for
what
me.
does a cigar like this cost comparably to some of the other? Because I'm sure this is more of a value line,
Oh,
right? Like, but to my, what I guess is it a $5 cigar?
so the Toro that we're smoking now is, yeah, just over $5 a cigar.
So for me, to add on to your comments, I just probably would never smoke it again because uh like the Puck is a good example of a budget cigar that I would smoke again, right?
Oh,
Like, so if
100%.
I have to choose and I'm spending $5 as the consumer, this has no mouth taste where the Puck has a ton of, licorice and like it's a that little cigar for $3 or $4
It's
is great.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And
So,
and if you don't know the puck, that is also Alec Bradley. It's in the family, but that is
hmm
one of the best legit budget smokes. It is fantastic. And I actually do.
or
I think you're correct. I think it is cheaper than this one.
it is. You can get a box for like $60,
Yeah, this
60 or 70.
if you get the box of this one, it drops down to like 4.5. It's like $85. Oh yeah, box of
Yeah.
20 of the Toro for comparison, $60. Where the
Right.
Toro on that's on the puck. The Toro for the V2L Black is 85.
Or another good example of a cigar in this class that I think outmatches it 100 times is like the Oliva Saison.
Oh yeah, that's a good comparison too, actually.
And those are around $5. And man, what a good cigar those are comparably, right? Like, so I'm
Yeah,
just comparing apples and apples.
apples, apples. Yeah, I would also lean towards the Saison, and there's two of them. I think I know. Out of the
hmm
Saison, I prefer the Maduro, and you prefer is it the Habano variant?
Yep. I don't remember what it was called, but I had the
Uh,
same conversation with Dennis. Dennis, my guy
yep.
that works with me. He likes the Maduro too. Whatever it is, there's a darker variation. I don't remember what they call it,
The
but
the
they're actually just a year. It's like one's a 2009, one's a 2011 or
yep.
something, and one of them is darker, one of them's lighter, and I like the lighter one.
And all the year version is that's the mark of when they pulled the first harvest for that blend. So
Okay,
because
yeah.
if you pull the full name, it's like Oliva Saison 2000 or first harvest 2009 Habano or whatever. But that's just the we know most of it. We just call it the 2011 Maduro, 2009 Habano. But that's when it was first harvested. But that is a great cigar. That's a great budget cigar too.
If you can get those Master Blender, the Oliva Master
That's
Blender, I think it's 17 or whatever it is. You know what I'm talking
yep,
about, the
yep.
Master Blends. Those cigars are great, and you can get them like you can get bundles of those if you keep your eye out
Was
for
it
the same
the
price
Master
point,
Blend 3 is
six
probably the
bucks.
most common one.
I think that's the one.
Master Blend,
They just come in different sizes.
yeah.
But man,
I'm going to slide
those
this.
have a really heavy licorice note to them that I dig.
Yeah, so just reference that. Obviously, just slid right off, as we knew it would.
Yeah, I won't have to take the glue off mine. I'll just slide it right off the end. I'll do
Now,
it right now.
I've had this screen hidden. Let me scroll back up and see what we talked about our flavor notes, what they expected. Now, this, I said, Chad's probably not going to do it in the near future unless I have a brain fart. I'll probably grab a couple of these and smoke them sooner just to see if there's any intensity difference. But it says should expect notes of earth, spice, oak, and a bit of pepper in the finish, weighing in at medium to full bodied. So I guess they're not actually expecting it to be overly spicy anyway, because that bit of pepper, the way that it's worded. Um, if they say oak,
Well,
I'm just gonna say okay, because I get a wood taste on my lips, but it's not strong enough for me to tell you cedar woke. Man, back to words. Cedar oak.
18. Yeah.
Right. Back.
So you might have a little better experience because your draw is a little better, where I'm working at mine a little harder, so my flavors might be a little more muddled than yours too. But I
Yeah.
just am not getting a whole lot of anything, and I think some of it might have to do with the way I'm having to retrieve my smoke from this thing.
Let's see if I can see if this will pull me out. I would like to know. Oh, interesting. So the V2L Black, I just dug in to see where it's made. We know it's in Honduras. It's made in the Racist Cubanas factory. That explains the construction point. So if you don't know Races Cubanas, they've been making cigars for people for a while. In fact, I think it was either this year or last year they finally put out their own branded cigars, like the C5 or something like that. That I tried was actually pretty. Oh no, that came in BL Luxury's Cigar of the Month box. I think that's where I found out about it. But they've been making cigars for a while, just kind of under the radar. Um,
Yeah, Alec Bradley uses a lot of different factories, from what I understand.
I think they do.
And their construction for me has always been hit and miss. And that's
Yep.
kind of why I don't really smoke a lot of Alec Bradley. I went on that road early, tried quite a few, and one would be great, and the next one would be terrible. It's the same cigar. It's like, how do you have that experience, inside of, if you smoke 10 cigars, you get three bad ones. So
And it
for
between using different fillers and just the way that they do things, you do have those inconsistencies for sure.
one of the ones I do like that they make the blend is the Prensado. I like
Yeah,
that blend. That's a pretty good one. If you can get it, inexpensively, it's a little box press. The Gatekeeper is always pretty good as long as you get a good one that smokes.
I was about to say that's probably, I don't know. The Puck may actually be my favorite Alec Bradley, regardless of price. But the
Well, that's funny. It's the cheapest one they make, and it's the
cheapest one they
best
make.
one.
But the Gatekeeper, I think is probably my number two out of their stuff. I think, and then they
Have
have.
you smoked Prensados? Have
I
you
have.
smoked those?
They're
With the
good.
big blue band? I like those.
They're decent for me. They're not my favorite. I'd say they're rotation worthy for sure. But Alec Bradley has some, like, y'all see me smoke these a lot. Another real cheap one they have is the Cazadores, just the white and red band, super simple. That's a cheap cigar. It's not overly complex, but it's always that one is always constructed fantastic. The flavor is stupid simple, but it's consistent. But you never know. It's like you got to try each blend.
What are those price point, the Cazadores? Are
Oh,
they
those are also cheap. That is
bundly type, $4 or $5?
so I mean that is one. Totally, I'm not much of a box guy. I get that one in box just because of how stupid cheap it is. So I got them in the Gordo, surprise, surprise, and the box of 20 was $70.
Mm,
So
350 each, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, I get
Yeah,
that
you
one in
can't
a
beat that.
box because I'll just throw that in the mix, random as hell for no reason, and they're not overly powerful, so it's a good like in between two really heavy cigars. It's a good mix, and then I'll come back. Um, Nothing crazy to it.
So you use it like a lemon water as a palate refresher then?
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
It's because it's a more it's got the spice to it, but it's more of a creamy
It's
note. So
more
it's
neutral,
more
yeah.
neutral. Yeah, it's a good word.
Yeah, that's why I always lean towards a Connecticut, like before a show or things like that. Same reason.
Yep.
It doesn't destroy your palate.
Because you don't, if you're reviewing a cigar, you don't want to be influenced by something that is so heavy beforehand that you can't smoke it. Now, if you're doing two heavy cigars in a row or whatever, that's one thing. But you don't want to completely
Mm.
overload your palate where you can't really, you know.
Yeah, before we do any shows, I always try to make sure I smoke really light if I'm smoking. Just for that reason. I don't even smoke medium. I smoke light,
Right.
just so I don't have
Sometimes it's
any
weird.
residue or anything.
I usually um, every once in a while I do, but I here lately I've just not even been smoking. I've not even been pre gaming anymore before we start recording. If I'm going to stay and smoke, especially since I stay up later, I'll being a night owl, I'll do my extra smokes after we're done recording or something. But I try
Yeah,
not.
but sometimes you get up an hour before the show, so because you were a third shifter, right? So you get all kinds of crazy hours.
Yeah, I mean
You got to sleep when you can.
so I'm not even. You say third shifter, but mine's even more direct because we do 12, so it's straight overnight. 5:30 to 6. So even on my days off, unless it's my long weekend or we're going on a trip, I don't flip my schedule. I just like tonight I'm off work. Obviously we're recording here. I'm not at work. you're gonna go to bed, and you will be up. You'll be back awake tomorrow before I go to bed. So just
You won't go to bed before 8 in the morning?
no.
Really?
So my normal
Because you
routine,
just can't. Yeah, because you can't. If you break your routine up, then you screw yourself all up, huh?
because in the next day, so
You're in pain.
that 2-2-3 rotation, if I have like a normal human sleep today, well then tomorrow I got to flip back over. So it's in the
Hmm.
middle of the week, it's just real tough. The weekends, it's a little bit easier, but
Right. So you just kind of stay the course, even if you're not working those days. That way your sleep schedule is the same.
yep. Because my normal routine, get up at 4:30 p.m., leave the house 5:15, go to work, get off at 6, come home, take care of the dogs, eat if I didn't get to eat on shift, whatever. Have my almost always 2 cigars, and go to bed about 9:30, 10. Get my 6.5 hours of sleep, which for me is like the perfect number for me, and then repeat. So even on my off days, I may not stay up all the way to 10, but I'm still gonna at least make sure I don't go to sleep till the morning, so that way, I'm still there.
Yeah, 6 hours every day. But on the weekends, do you do any catch up?
Not really, not unless I'm like
Oh,
not feeling well, or if there's a day I didn't get to sleep. But usually, every once in a while, I'll just take a day and crash out. But most of the time, that's still kind of where I stay on. If I get more than like if I actually get a full 8 hours of sleep, a lot of times it feels like I slept too much, and I've been that way for a long time. But I mean, I can sleep. If we're not doing anything, I can bed rot with the best of them on days that you have nothing to do. But like work days, if I sleep too much, I'll be groggy and dragging. It's weird.
I go to bed between midnight and 1 every day, and I get up at 7:30.
Yeah,
Uh, but by the weekend, like on Saturday, I'll sleep till 10:30. Like I'll sleep 10 hours,
right.
11 hours if nothing's going on.
I mean, now I
Uh,
say that, but our last weekend rotation off, I finally dropped a day, and I was technically in bed for like 15 hours. I got up to use the bathroom, have a snack, went back, laid down. So there was a day of just absolutely
yeah, that's my
nothing.
kind of day right there.
But it doesn't. I don't do it often.
Right. Well, wait till you get older. When I say older, I mean as old as me. Then you might have to do more sleep catch up.
Right. But you say this, and I tell you every time, you're not old yet. I'm not letting you have that. You're older by relevance only. You're not old. I can't let you have it yet.
I'm old enough.
You're still a young
Old
spring.
enough to I'm old enough to know better. Yeah. Yeah, I don't get enough sleep. I don't think anybody does, except for my wife. She gets all the sleep she needs. She goes up to bed every night at 9 o'clock, and she's sleeping by 9:30, and she gets up at 6:30 every day. So every single day, that's her sleep schedule.
I I got a couple of friends that are that way. That couple that we try to hang out with, that they're day shifters, so that's its own issue. But I was like, hey man, one of the nights we're off, we can, you want to grab dinner after you get off work or something. They're like, I'm in bed by like 8:30. Like, oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah. She's got to get 8.5, 9 hours
Yep.
every day. I'm good with it. Whatever. She's happy. That's what you do.
So I don't know if yours is doing it. I haven't been watching you this close, but the second half, I'm not having to do as strong of a pre puff. Like I'm still just kind of popping it, but it seems to be. I'm getting a little bit more smoke in the second half than I was in the first.
Mine's gotten a little better, I think. Um,
Like I just did a straight draw that time.
yeah, my cigar is really hot though.
Mine's warming up. I wouldn't say hot, but it's warm.
Mm.
Any flavor change in the second half? Is it still the same as you stated?
Um, it's a little stronger now, but I don't know that I can tell you what it is. It's kind of a muddled wood. It's not a great flavor,
I'm getting like
but like I said, I just had to hit that 4 times to get a draw, so that
oh,
might
that
be
one.
part of why my flavors are all muddled, because you got to heat it up. It's going to change the taste of the tobacco, I think.
And the reason I ask is because as I'm now able to just do more regular draws, I'm now getting wood on the palate that I was
Okay.
not getting. I said in the beginning, I was only getting it on the lips. When I can actually do a proper single draw, now I get the wood on the palate. But when I'm popping it, I don't. It's like it burns it off instantly.
Yeah, I'd say the strongest note I'm getting right now is like a wood and a black pepper.
Yep.
But I have more mouth taste now than I've had the whole cigar, though, now that we're getting to the end. But I think that's just buildup.
It could be. I don't know if it's
Do
build up or
you
like,
have more mouth taste now too?
yeah. But it changed. I recognize it starting to change when I was able to stop doing the pre puffs as frequently. And I
Yeah.
stopped to doing every once in a while, but I've now gone several draws where I'm getting a much cleaner regular draw, and that's when I'm getting better flavor. Is when the draw's better, which I mean makes sense, but that correlates.
Yeah, this wouldn't make my list of uh $5 bangers, whatever that
Mm.
the one we never made, but we talked about it.
We talked
The
about it so
$5
much.
banger list. Yeah,
We
this
have
this
talked.
won't make it. This won't make that list. But its brother, the puck, will.
Oh, that. I think it's a given. The puck and the Saison line are going to be up there. The carry will be what will be the others, because those two we all agree those are solid. But you know, we started asking if something's box worthy, rotation worthy, or sampler worthy. This is definitely staying down in the sampler worthy, I think.
Ooh.
Well, for me, mine is. I know you've had a different feel, so yours is just a
Pass.
yours is a freebie only.
Mine's a pass.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be gentle and just say it's a pass. Yeah.
I would put this
Uh,
as sampler worthy, and I think the only reason I'll do it, I may not do it today, but I'll give myself a note and do it. I will get like a 5-pack or something just to make a comparison. And it won't be enough that I'll make a second show or anything for it. I'll just go comment on this show and see if whenever I do smoke it, see if I get any difference or anything.
Yeah,
Whenever
I just feel like if you're gonna tell somebody to go spend their $5, that would you tell them to spend it on this, or would you tell them to spend it on some of these other ones that we've
yeah,
come to know are good, you know? And I think,
like
it's
get
our,
pay an extra dollar and go get a Perdomo Fresco.
or is it an extra dollar or is it the same? It seems
I
like those
think
are $4 or $5.
I want to say I think there were 6.
Oh, I thought you could get a bundle of those for 60
You might be right. Well, it's
or
about
80, 60 or 80. And 80 would be 4, right? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That Perdomo Fresco, and it was a flat line linear cigar, but man, it smoked good. It
it did.
burned good. Had one good, like 2 good solid notes that ran all the way back.
Okay,
It seems
so
like those were like $4. It seems like
apples
$80 a bundle, or
apples to apples, they come in packs of 25 is 120.
mm,
So what is my math on that? It ain't working. Oh yeah, so just under $5.
450,
Right.
450. Okay,
It is $5. You're right.
so close.
And
Puck, the Saison, the Fresco,
And
all good
we've done the
options.
Fresco Maduro on the show. We're gonna bring the Connecticut on at some point just to see if it's got the same linear consistency as its Maduro partner does.
Well, you look at, like, I know I don't shop on Cigar Page, but I know you can get like bundles of flatheads on there for
Oh yeah.
$6 a stick. I mean, that's a 10 times better cigar.
I mean, we all support the brick and mortars in person and online, but Cigar Page is kind of like the auction site without being the auction site. It's just you don't get many kickback rewards, but you don't need it because the price point is already low. But they also do that so they can push out a lot of the cheaper brands like the Raymond Pages stuff, the up and coming stuff. But then they also do support it with your big name brands too, just at like bundle pricing. So
And
it's
they
not
have Fuente
wholesale,
on
but
there.
yeah. I mean, they have all the brands.
You can buy Fuente, and they have their Fuente prices are good.
It's
I've
just,
checked them.
a lot of your in the online space, a lot of your brick and mortar guys, they're either giving you a reward system back or they're giving you extra swag, like Ronnie
Yeah, it's
does.
usually swag. Yeah,
But Cigar Page doesn't do that, so they just counter it by just dropping the price. But yeah, you can get all kinds of packs on there and whatever.
you can get some crazy good deals on there. Some pretty solid cigars. Usually are $10 to $12 in a brick and mortar, and you can get them for $4 or $5 a piece.
Right. It's
You
like
see those deals all the time.
it's like just a step over wholesale, probably just enough for them to make money. But it's like they're like the Walmart of online cigar buying. It's like
Yep.
they don't need to put the price up so much just because they have so much volume. So when you have that much volume, I guess you have a little bit more.
They might be the Dollar General, and like JR is the Walmart, or CI is the Walmart. They're the Dollar General.
Yeah, I can roll with that. I can roll with that for sure.
Or what's big in your, is it Dollar General for you guys, or is it
Man, we're in the
Dollar
South. We got them
Tree, or
all. We got Dollar. Let's see. We got Dollar General. We got Dollar Tree. We got Family Dollar.
Mhm.
Fred's, which is more or less Family Dollar. We got all four of those, and I feel like I'm still forgetting one. But
We
Dollar
had
Tree,
one here called Dollar Store, but I think that's no longer. But
there
up
was
here, it's Family Dollar, Dollar General, and Dollar Tree.
now
They're the big ones, but Dollar General is the biggest by far.
there is another one called 99 cent only, but it's not a frequent of a chain. It's like one in each city type thing. There's not one here in Shreveport. There's a couple in Dallas, but the Dollar Tree and Dollar General are hands down the one and two. Everybody makes fun of the Dollar General because they pop up everywhere. And I saw an AI
They're all over, man.
reel the
Crazy.
other day. It was fantastic, and it was representing like a regional manager or something. Of course, it's all AI. And it was like, "Hey, welcome to Dollar General. If you ever come in here and there's something that you can't find, if you go to the center of our store, we've got a new Dollar General pop-up stand." Like Dollar General in Dollar General. And there was one I saw, I think it was in Mississippi or something. They were technically in different cities, right? But they were across the street from each other because that city was the split line. And they were literally, not kidding, across the street from each other. But
That
different
seems
cities.
like terrible for their business, for their own business. Like
I
they're
don't get it.
sharing then. They split their profit for the area in half.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me because I know when you have the dollar stores, you can have more frequent because you get a lot of walk up stuff. You get a lot of passerby, impulse buy type stuff. But that seems a little close to me. I don't see how.
I could see him having like a Dollar Tree and a Dollar General right across the street from each other competing, but
Competitors, right?
when you're the same store, you're taking money out of your own pocket. Seems ridiculous.
Almost feel like, and I could be way off base. It may be competing managers and somebody did it out of spite. That feels like what happened.
Well, that's fair.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm about ready to put this thing down.
Yeah, we're gonna put this. It seems like I've got a little bit better representation than you, but we're gonna keep this in the decent column. It's not gonna be a good cigar, great cigar. It's the decent. I think that's probably the most appropriate word. Yeah. Like it's not enough, and I know you're probably doing it more because you're on the show trying to give it an honest review. But it's not one that you immediately said, "Hey, you're going to finish the show because I'm putting it out." But it's not enough that you want to go light up another one either. So it's just,
No.
I
mean, I probably, to be completely honest, I probably wouldn't have finished it had we not been on the show, because normally when cigars don't burn correctly for me, if I got a double, I mean, that was a quadruple pull to get smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I just chalk it up as a bad cigar and get another one. For me, it's not worth being frustrated, because the whole point to smoking a cigar for me is to relax, think about stuff, and I don't want to be thinking about the cigar I'm smoking. I want to think about other stuff or
You want to
whatever.
enjoy
But
the cigar while you're communicating.
Right. I don't want it to frustrate me. If I feel like it's going to even remotely start to frustrate me, moving on to the next one.
Yep.
So don't
But
have time for that.
we talk about it all the time. We try to be honest. So, I'm
Yeah.
not going to sit there like mine per se. We say this loosely. I'm not technically saying it's a bad cigar. I'm saying it's missing the point because, like you told, there's so long of it. I mean, how long did it take us to actually start getting that wood flow on the actual palate? And it was still barely there.
The
Like,
last third.
right. I mean, that's a long time. Retro's cool and all, but that's a long time to not have any body flavor. Like, you had the smoke once you got the draw, but the flavor body just isn't.
And even with the retro, for me, that's where I can pick all my notes out. There weren't any notes. The smoke was pleasant and chalky at points, but it was not
It's like all
flavorful.
spice and pepper on the retros, not actual any other flavored tones, really.
It wasn't flavorful at all.
So,
Well, we'll get them on the next one.
Yep. So you guys know got our honest opinions on this one. I said at some point I'll do a personal test and I'll suck it up. I'll get another pack just to see if there is a difference in the extra rest and see, because then I can honestly say, hey, this cigar was great because we just rested this one too long. Or I'll say, you know what, made no difference. It's still what it is. But you've got our notes, you've got our opinions on it. If you want to give it a shot, by all means, go try it. You may have a completely different experience. If you smoked this before, please let us know, because I would love other opinions on this one, to see if anybody's getting the same reaction we got off of it or not. I don't really know what else to kind of go off of that. Just, it is what it is. I should have worn my "It Is What It Is" hat today. Wish I had it out here. I'd put it on real quick. But anyway, another show for today. Still a good conversation. That's always on point.
That's right.
Good hanging out with you. We just got a cheap little herf today. That's what we did.
That's right.
But anyway, fam, y'all watching, thanks for hanging out. If you stuck it out with the show with us, smoking a cigar with no flavor, badass. We love you for it.
Tasteless cigar.
Yeah, I mean, here it is. So anyway, give us those comments. Give us the love down below. If you see this and you're not subscribed to it, you've seen the bell come up a few times. Subscribe to it. Follow us for more content, more guests coming on the show, more idiotic jokes and things to make fun of each other about. We're always good at that, at least. So, but, that's a wrap for today. So until next time, y'all know the drill. Stay safe and hollow down.